Hi students, good morning and welcome to the new episode of English class. Okay, in the previous class we discussed about the Monday Moth Moves House. Discussed about the second lesson from our text, Monday Moth Moves House. And today our chapter was over and yesterday we completed our chapter and I am going to summarize the chapter. Okay, that will help you to understand it better. It is the story of a moth and the moth's name was Monday Moth. What was the name of the moth? Monday Moth. The name of the moth was Monday Moth and the Monday Moth lives in a court. It gets birth in a court and everyone knows that moth live in old clothes, woolen blankets and the places that is snug and warm. Moth lives in a place that is snug and warm. Snug means well protected. And here also, whenever the moth get a chance to lay eggs on a warm cloth, that it will do. Here Monday's mother also laid its egg in a big and large court that was well protected and warm. And the Monday moth lives in that, Monday moth had been born in an old court and it was fed, the past tense of feed is fed. It fed making large holes in the court. The court was inside a trunk and it lived there and it fed himself by making large holes in the court. The Monday moth fed himself by making large holes in the court. There were so many holes in the court. And it was living comfortably and happily in the court. And the days passed and passed. One day, Prema and her mother, the house owners, Prema and mother opened the trunk and took out the cord from the trunk. They opened the trunk and took out the cord from the trunk. For what they took out the cord from the trunk? They wanted to sun the wooden cloths and hang it in the cupboard. Prema and her mother wanted to hang the wooden clothes in the cupboard and sun it. They wanted to take out the cord from the trunk and it wanted to sun the coat in the sunshine and they wanted to hang it in the cupboard. On seeing a moth in the court, Prema called out her mother, "Oh mother, come on, look, here is a moth and here are so many holes, they made so many holes in the court." Then mother came and said, "Oh, it was a very nice coat, your father liked it very much and your father used to wear it in the mornings and evenings when winter season came and it is very a bad thing and let us have no use of this coat. Never. It is not useful anymore and we have to throw it in the dustbin." As a result of this, understanding or finding the holes in the coat, Prema's mother put the coat in the dustbin and covered the dustbin with the lid. Then the Monday moth was outside and Monday moth think that it is a stupid action. The coat was useful for me and it was my home. And why did they throw the coat in the dustbin? Monday moth was flying round and round the dustbin because it was closed. Monday moth couldn't enter his home. It was closed. At that time, the bell rang and a beggar came there. Beggar, B-E-G-G-A-R, beggar. What is the meaning of beggar? Yajakan, Vikshakaran. A beggar came there and asked Prema's mother, "Do you have any coat to give up? Do you have any coat to give up? I don't have a nice coat. I don't have a coat to wear. Do you have any coat to give up or give it to me?" Then Prema's mother reminded of the coat in the dustbin and she took out the coat from the dustbin and gave that coat to the beggar. The beggar became very happy. He did not mind the holes in the coat. So, on seeing the beggar and his happiness, Monday moth think that the beggar did not mind the holes, so he did not mind the moth also. So Monday moth came followed the beggar and he entered the court. The beggar and the Monday moth together. The beggar did not know Monday moth is living in his court. The beggar has nothing to put in the coat's pocket. So Monday moth lived in the coat's pocket very happily and comfortably like he is living in the earlier times. And the beggar is wandering here there in the street for begging, and Monty Moth followed him everywhere, and they lived together tramping in the street, and Monty Moth enjoyed living with the beggar, because the beggar had nothing to put in the pocket, and in the pocket, the pot's pocket, the Monty Moth is living happily and comfortably. That is the story. Okay, let us move on the vocabulary ladder. That means there are some meanings. Moths. What is moth? What is the meaning of moth? Nocturnal insect having a stout body. Moth is the nocturnal insect. Nocturnal. Nocturnal insect having a stout body, having a strong body. Nocturnal insect having a stout body is called, stout body is called a moth. Then second one, snug. S-N-U-G, snug, well protected. Snug means well protected. The next one, disgusted, fed up. Disgusted, fed up. Grumbled, utter in low tone. Grumbled means utter in low tone. Pleasant, enjoyable or attractive. Pleasant, enjoyable or attractive. Next one is, make a sentence from the given words. Pleasant. First one, sentence making. You write in the text when I write in the board. Sentence making. M-A-K-I-N-G, making. First one. Pleasant. P-L-E-A-S-A-N-T. Pleasant. Can you make a sentence using the word pleasant? I got a pleasant surprise on my birthday. Sentence. Write it in the book. Text. You write it in the text using your pencil. I got a pleasant surprise. P-L-E-A-S-A-N-D. Pleasant. I got a pleasant surprise. Pleasant surprise. S-U-R-P-R-I-S-C. Surprise on my birthday. B-I-R-T-H-D-A-Y. Full stop. I got, look here, I-G-O-T, got a pleasant, P-L-E-A-S-A-N-D, pleasant surprise, S-U-R-P-R-I-S-E, surprise on my birthday. Look here, I got a pleasant surprise on my birthday. I got a pleasant surprise on my birthday. Second sentence, disgusted. Second one, disgusted. D-I-S-G-U-S-T-E-D. Disgusted. D-I-S-G-U-S-T-E-D. Raju got disgusted with the hard work. Raju got, G-O-T, got disgusted. D-I-S-G-U-S-T-E-D. Disgusted with the hard work. With his work. Listen here. Disgusted means fed up. Fed up. Maduttu. Raju got disgusted with his work. Raju got disgusted with his work. Spelling D-I-S-G-U-S-T-E-D. Disgusted with his work. Third one, snug. S-N-U-G, snug. Third one, snug. S-N-U-G, snug means well protected. Woolen cloths are a snug place for moth. Woolen cloths are W-O-O-L-L-E-N. Woolen cloths. C-L-O-T-H-E-S. Cloths. Woolen cloths are A-R-E, are a snug place. Snug place. E-N-A-C-E. Woolen cloths are a snug place for moths. for moths. Woolen clothes are a snug place for moths. Snug means well protected place for moths. Woolen clothes are a snug place for moths. Snug. Woolen clothes are a snug place for moths. Grumbled. He grumbled to his friend. Fourth one. Grumbled. G-R-U-M-B-L-E-D. Grumbled. G-R-U-M-B-L-E-D. Grumbled. He grumbled to his friend. He grumbled. G-R-U-M-B-L-E-D. Grumbled. G-R-U-M-B-L-E-D. Grumbled to his friend. T-O to his H-I-S. His friend. F-R-I-E-N-D. F-R-I-E-N-D. Friend. Full stop. He grumbled to his friend. Listen here. First one, pleasant. I got a pleasant surprise on my birthday. Pleasant. I got a, say with me, I got a pleasant surprise on my birthday. Second one, disgusted. Raju got disgusted with his work. Raju got disgusted with his work. Third one, snug. Woolen clothes are a snug place for moths. Woolen clothes are a snug place for moths. Fourth one, grumbled. He grumbled to his friend. He grumbled to his friend. Okay. Let us move on to the next section. That is, tick the correct answers. Tick the correct answers. Sentence making is over. Tick the correct answers. First one, the moths live in dash. First option, old clothes. Then second one, old clothes. Then second one, big bungalows. Which one is correct? Which option is correct? The first option is correct. Moths live in old clothes. You tick the first option. Moths live in old clothes. You tick the first option. Second one, warm coats are worn in winter. The correct option is first one, winter. Warm clothes are worn in winter. W-I-N-T-E-R, winter. Next one, the coat had been stored in the almirah trunk. Almirah trunk. Which one is correct? Trunk. The coat had been stored in the trunk. The coat had been stored in the trunk. Fourth one, Monty lived in the coat's pocket, a bungalow. Which one is correct? Monty lived in the coat pocket. Monty lived in the coat pocket. Monty lived in the coat pocket. Okay, the next segment, who said to whom? Who said this word to whom? Who said these words to whom? Oh, look, mother, there is a moth here. Who said these words? Can you say the answer? Who said these words? Prema said to her mother. Prema, first one. Prema, P-R-E-M-A, you write in your text. Now itself you write, take your pencil and write in your text. Prema said these words, said to her mother. To her mother. Prema said to her mother. Prema said to her mother. Then next one. That's my home. She has put it there. Who said these words? That's my home. She has put in there. Put in there. That's my home. She has put in there. Monty moth to himself. Second one. Monty moth. M-O-N-T-Y. Monty. This will be asked in the exams. Okay, you study it now. Study it well and write it in your text now. Monty moth said it to himself. Said it to himself. said it to himself. Monty Moth said it to himself. The next one. Have you an old coat to give away? Have you an old coat to give away? Have you an old coat to give away? Who said these words? The beggar said it to the mother. The beggar, third one. The beggar, B-E-G-G-A-R. The beggar asked the mother. Asked the mother. Do you finish writing? I'll say it once more. Oh mother, oh look, mother, there is a moth here. Who said these words? Prema said it to her mother. Then second one, that's my home. She has put it there. Who said these words? Monty Moth said it to himself. Then third one, which is the third one? Have you an old coat to give away? Who said these words? The beggar asked the mother. The beggar asked the mother. That is the segment. Who said these words and to whom? Then next one, state if the sentence are true or false. State the sentence are true or false. Page number 17. Page number 17. State whether the sentences are true or false. Monty was a mosquito. It is a false one. So you write a cross mark. First one. First one. Monty was a mosquito. Mosquito. It was a wrong sentence. Second one, Prema and mother opened the cupboard. It was also a wrong sentence. So you put a cross mark near that one. Second one, cross mark. Then third one, the coat was thrown into the dustbin. It is a right sentence. So you put a tick mark. Third one, tick mark. Third one, tick mark. Then fourth one, the beggar asked for food. It is a wrong sentence. So you put a cross mark. Then fifth one, Monty lived happily in the coat's pocket. It is a right sentence. So you put a tick mark. First one false, second one false, third one true, fourth one false, fifth one true. Is it clear? Do you finish it? Then let us move on to the next segment. The box has jumbled things. So many names of many things are given in the box. Circle the articles needed in winter. Which are the articles needed in winter? Which are the articles? Circle one. Circle coat. Coat is needed for winter. C-O-A-T. You circle the word coat. C-O-A-T. Coat. You circle the word coat. Then gloves. G-L-O-V-E-S. You circle the word gloves. Then next one. Warm socks. You circle the word warm socks. Warm. S-O-C-K-S. Warm socks. You circle the word warm socks. Then cotton shirt. Sweater. You circle the word sweater. Sweater is used in winter season. Sweater. Then warm cap. Warm cap. Warm cap. Circle the word. Then shawl. S-H-A-W-L. Shawl. You circle the word shawl. Then long boots. L-O-N-G-B-O-O-T-S. Long boots. Circle the word long boots. Then muffler. M-U-F-F-L-E-R. Muffler. M-U-F-F-L-E-R. Muffler. Circle the word muffler. These are the things we use in winter season. Which are the things? Coat, gloves, warm socks, sweater, warm cap, shawl, long boots, muffler. Can you say? Read with me. muffler. These are the things we wear in winter season. Okay. Next is grammar. Take the next page, page number 18. Grammar, verbs in the past tense. Verbs, present, past and participle. Verbs. What is a verb? What is a verb? Can you say what is a verb? A verb is a doing word. A word that denotes an action is called a verb. Verb is a doing word. A word that denotes an action is called a verb. A word that denotes an action is called a verb. Present tense, past tense, then past participle. Present, past, past participle. C-I-P-L-E. Past participle. Present, past, past participle. According to the time when an action took place, due to the time of the action, we divided tense into present, past and past participle. There are three forms: present, past and future. Let us look at the examples. Let us have a look at the examples. Do is a verb. Do. Then the past tense of do. Do means cheyuga. Did. Past tense of do is did. Past tense of do is did. And the past participle of V3 form of do is done. Do, did, done. Do, did, done. Present tense do. Past tense did. Past participle done. V1 form, that is V1 form. Root form of the verb is in present tense. V1. Then this is V2, verb 2, second form of verb, past tense. Then this is V3 form. V1, verb 1, that is root form. Verb 2, that is past tense. Verb 3, that is past participle. Do, did, done. Do, did, done. Then next one, go. Root verb go. Present tense go. Past tense of go is went. W-E-N-T. Past tense of go is went. W-E-N-T. Went. Past participle, that is V3 form of went. Go is V3 form of go is gone. G-O-N-E. Gone. Gone, gone. V3 form of go is gone. Then first form is go. Second form is went. And the third form is gone. First form, that is root form is go. Past tense is went. Then V3 form is gone. V3 form of go is gone. Let us have a look at other examples. Then send. S-E-N-D. Root form. Send. Present tense. Past tense of S-E-N-D. Send is S-E-N-T. Send. There is only a minute difference. Present tense is S-E-N-D. Send. And past tense is S-E-N-T. Send. V2 form. S-E-N-T. Send. And the V3 form past participle is also S-E-N-T. Send. Sometimes the past tense and the past participle is the same. Okay. This one S-E-N-T. Send. Present tense. When it became past tense, S-E-N-T. The D changes into T. The past participle is also S-E-N-T. Send. The next one, feed. F-E-E-D. Feed. The past tense is fed. F-E-D. Fed. F-E-D. Fed. And the past participle is also F-E-D. Fed. The V2 form, that is the past tense, and the V3 form, the past participle is the same. Feed, fed, fed. Feed, fed, fed. The next verb is find. F-I-N-D, find. F-I-N-D, find. Past tense of find is found. F-O-U-N-D, found. Second form, that is V2 form. That is found. Past tense found. Past participle is also found. F-O-U-N-D. The next one, think. T-H-I-N-K, think. The past tense of think is thought. T-H-O-U-G-H-T, thought. T-H-O-U-G-H-T, thought. Past participle is also thought. T-H-O-U-G-H-T, thought. Okay, look at this. Present tense, that means the root form of the verb, and the verb has three forms: root form of the verb, then past tense V2 form of the verb, then past participle V3 form of the verb. Do, did, done. V3 form, done. Go, went, gone. Then sent, S-E-N-D, sent. Past tense S-E-N-T, sent. Past participle S-E-N-T, sent. Feed, fed, fed. Find, found, found. Think, thought, thought. Let us have a look at some other examples. Okay. Next segment, there is use the past form of the verb given in brackets. Example, he dashed a silver coin. Listen here. He dashed a silver coin. S-I-L-V-E-R, silver coin. C-O-I-N, coin. He dashed a silver coin. In the bracket there is a word find. Find. You write the past tense of the verb in the bracket. Which is the verb? Find. Past tense of the verb find is found. He found a silver coin. Past tense of find is found. Here is an instruction. Use the past form of the verb given in bracket. Which is the verb? Find. Past tense of find is found. Second one. Asha. A-S-H-A. Asha dashed her pet dog last night. Dashed her pet dog last night. L-A-S-T-N-I-G-H-T. Last night. In the bracket there is a verb feed. What is the past tense of feed? Past tense of feed is fed. F-E-D, fed. Then the sentence will become Asha fed her pet dog last night. Asha fed her pet dog last night. The third sentence is I dash for him everywhere. Third one. I dash for him everywhere. I dash for him everywhere. E-V-E-R-Y-W-H-E-R-E, everywhere. In the bracket there is a verb. The verb is look. Write the past tense of look in the bracket, in the blanks. What is the past tense of look? Looked. Past tense of look is looked. I looked for him everywhere. Then the sentence will become I looked for him everywhere. Then the next one, he dashed me a letter. Fourth one, he dashed me a letter. L-E-T-T-E-R. In the bracket there is a verb send. S-E-N-D. Then the past tense of S-E-N-D send is S-E-N-T. S-E-N-T. Then the sentence will become he sent me a letter. He sent me a letter. Then the fifth one, Bimla. Fifth one, Bimla. B-I-M-L-A. B-I-M-L-A. Bimla. Dash with Sheila. Dash with Sheila. With Sheila. S-H-E-E-L-A. Sheila. S capital. S-H-E-E-L-A. Sheila. The verb in the bracket is fight. F-I-G-H-T. Fight. F-I-G-H-T. Fight. The past tense of fight is fought. F-O-U-G-H-T. Fought. F-O-U-G-H-T. Fought. Look at this sentence. I read it once more. He found a silver coin. Then second one. Asha fed her pet dog last night. I looked for him everywhere. He sent me a letter. Then Linda fought with Sheila. This is the sentence. Okay. Next one. Underline the verb and rewrite the sentence in the past tense. There are 5 sentences and underline the verb and rewrite the sentence in past tense. Underline the verbs. Okay. The first one. I live in the old court. Underline the verb. Which is the verb there? I live in the old court. Live is a verb and make it a sentence in past tense. You write in the blanks. Past tense of live is live. I lived in the. You write in the blanks. I lived in the old court. Old court. This is the sentence. Rewrite the sentence in the past tense. You rewrite the sentence in the blanks given there. I lived in the old court. That is the correct sentence. Then the second one. There is a moth in the court. The verb is. Past tense of is was. There is a moth in the court is the sentence given in the text. And the sentence will become. There was a moth. There was a moth in the court. There was a moth in the court. There was a moth in the court. C-O-A-T, court. There was a moth in the court. Was is the past tense of is. Was is the past tense of is. Then third sentence. I drink milk in morning. Then the sentence will become when we change the tense of the sentence, it will become I drank milk in the morning. Third one. I drank. D-R-A-N-K. Past tense of drink is drank. Drank milk in the morning. I drank milk. M-I-L-K. Milk in the morning. I drank milk in the morning. M-O-R-N-I-N-G. I drank milk in the morning. Past tense of drink is drank. Fourth one. What is the sentence? He bakes cakes. The verb is bakes. The past tense of bakes is baked. He baked cakes. He baked. B-A-K-E-D. Baked cakes. C-A-K-E-S. Cakes. He baked cakes. Then the fifth one. Which is the fifth sentence? Rani looks happy. The verb is looks. Past tense of looks is looked. Rani looked happy. Rani looked happy. L-O-O-K-E-D. Looked. Rani looked happy. H-A-P-P-Y. H-A-P-P-Y. Happy. You listen here. Page number 18. Take page number 18. Last part. Underline the verbs. The first verb is leave. The second verb is. The third verb is drink. The fourth verb is bakes. The fifth verb is looks. You change the tense of the verb into past tense and rewrite the sentence. Okay, the first one becomes Tai lived in old court. Second one, there was a moth in the court. Is changes into was when it became past tense. I drank milk in the morning. Past tense of drink is drank. He baked cakes. Past tense of bake is baked. Rani looked happy. Past tense of look is looked. Is it clear? You write in the blanks provided in the text. Next one is an activity corner. Find more facts about moths, mosquitoes and other insects. Do you know the facts about moths, mosquitoes and other insects? And write here and which damage clothes and furniture. There were so many insects in your house that causes damage to your furniture and clothes. and draw the pictures of some insects here. Paste their pictures. Draw or paste the pictures of insects in the space provided here. This is the end of this chapter, and let us wind up today and let us continue in the next class. Okay, I hope all of you enjoy this lesson and understood this lesson very well. Just study the question answers, when the notes will come to you in WhatsApp. I will explain the notes in WhatsApp. Okay, thank you.